Welcome to Shogun Bros No DECAFF, where passion meets purpose in the world of dogs. We go beyond the surface, covering care, training, breeding, husbandry, showing, genetics, and the history behind the breeds that shape our culture. We're here to inform, inspire, and keep it real. No hype, no shortcuts, and definitely no DECAFF. Join us Monday through Friday at 4:30 Arizona time. No daylight savings, no nonsense, just honest conversations about what it really takes to raise, train, and understand great dogs. This is Shogun Bros No DECAFF. Let's get started. Disclaimer: we do not participate in any illegal activity and will not violate any animal or human rights. All opinions shared on this podcast are the individual thoughts of the speaker and do not reflect the thoughts or opinions of our guest or the host. In other words, your words are your words and your thoughts are your thoughts, not mine. Say it. Stand on it.
Yo, 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 what it do, big dog? What's good?
Hey, what's happening?
Man, top of the morning to you, big A, top of the morning, big dog. How you doing, bro?
Trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm making it.
Hey, bro, I appreciate that, bro. I swear to nuns, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, bro. Hey, you making it, man. You making it, bro. Man, I saw you doing the thing yesterday, man. Actually, it was this morning on the workout. Man, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I ain't there yet. I'm getting there. I'm still doing my thing, man. But like one day, bro. You know what I'm saying? One day, and I gotta salute the work, man. I gotta tell you a story about work this morning too, bro. That's the story I wanted to tell you before we came on live. I would have just did it off the live, but as we wait for the people to get notification, man, let's kick it, man. Let's kick it, bro.
Yeah.
So long story short, big A, man. I was thinking about, like, you know how you always talk about falling in love with the process and dealing with the process, right? Grand Rising Jose. So this is a story. It just popped in my head this morning, man. I was, you know what I'm saying, I finished my stuff up, and then I seen you you said you're gonna do something, you did it, and I gotta give respect to people who are accomplishing what they set out to accomplish, man. It's personal goals, but I'm sharing this portion of the personal goal you share with me with a story. Okay, so when I was doing MTI work as a drill instructor, right? I skipped steps my first year, right? And it told on me. It told on me, bro. Like, I wasn't reading the manual. I was just doing what I saw the other more experienced drill instructors do. And I was good at it. I was good at mimicking them. I was really good at mimicking them. You know what I'm saying? And then at your year mark, you have what's called your annual evaluations, right?
Yeah.
And so you basically, everything you learn, there's a subject matter proficiency test. That's what they call SPVTs, right? Proficiency verification test. All right. So and when it came time to those, man, I botched them, Aaron. I botched them bad, bro. Like, because I couldn't, the written portions of them, I could do the physical. I could do the physical. You know what I'm saying? Like the day-to-day moving around, marching, I was real good. You know what I'm saying? It was unrefined.
Yeah.
And so I failed at it, right? And then that was a gut check. It was a reality check, man. So I started reading the manual, and believe it or not, what I was doing, the manual was explaining to me the flaws in my game without talking to anybody. So it was like, okay, well, I know I always stand on this side of them when I'm marching them, or I'm standing here when I'm marching them, or where to stand when I'm marching them, but I don't know why I'm standing there, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I need to be at this angle? You know? Yeah. So I went through like a 90-day period, man. Like, no kidding. This is no kidding. This is 2021. Like, I got it. So in 2021, after about 90 days, man, I started knowing why I was doing things. And I would start seeing, I started noticing that I wasn't a new drill instructor no more. So new drill instructors were watching me. But the flaws that I had fixed in my game,
they were picking,
yeah. No. Because they were watching me and I had fixed my flaws, it was okay.
Okay.
So when it came time for them, I told you one of my students even beat me at a one drill competition. I got beat, right? And I was like, never again. So so then I started learning that everything I learned, I need to practice it every time, touch the line every time. So when some people weren't doing the exercise at the PT, I would be doing the exercise at the PT with my recruits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When some people would leave early, I would stay and get another lesson in with the recruits. And it showed drill excellence 10 times. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm getting at is this, man. When I realized that the process was better than the mimicking, was we have to do a certain number of fire drills in a week in order for us to be considered done with our work week. It's a checklist you got to do, right? It's called a WAC, weekly activity checklist, right?
Yeah.
And on that checklist, you have to do so many fire drills. Now there's certain parameters, but they leave gray areas on purpose. And so I was down -2 fire drills, and there was no room on the schedule for a Saturday to get a fire drill in, or it looked like there was no room on the schedule. But once again, when you don't skip steps, you understand everything you can do. So we had dorm set up into a drill lesson. So what I did was I gave them a shorter timeline to set up their dorm. And I said, everybody get on the wall with your backpacks and everything we need for class, right?
Yeah.
And then I pulled a fire alarm. So like by pulling the fire alarm, our evacuation spot is the drill pad. So I was able to get a fire alarm in a schedule that didn't allow for a fire alarm in there. And make it to the drill pad on time, because they have to escape the building and get to the drill pad anyway for accountability. The same thing I would have had to do to march them across the street. We just did faster by pulling the fire alarm, right?
Yeah.
Now, some of my coworkers, my peers, they saw this and they thought it was genius. So the same time, every day they started doing that. Every day they started doing fire alarms at fallout time. Now the problem with that is the recruits are only being trained to leave the building. They're not being trained the reason why you're supposed to do fire drills in different scenarios is to see how they respond to different scenarios. Okay, there's a fire at the front door, what do you do? There's a fire at the back door, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? And they just saw it as, okay, this is the easy way. This is the way we're gonna do it all the time. And they just made that the way, not a way, right?
Yeah.
So when it came time for the end of the class period, the graduation period to happen, their recruits failed miserably at the fire drills because the only thing they knew was the one way. They hadn't gone through the whole process of, okay, there's a bomb at the front door, what do you do? There's a fire at the back door, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? There's gas in the air, what do you do? Because when there's gas in there, you don't cut off or cut on any electronics, you just go, right? These are things that they weren't practicing. They were just practicing fire drill to the drill pad, right?
Yeah.
And so the processes that we talk about on this show, and today's topic, y'all, is the ADBA point system. The process that we're talking about, you cannot just sit here and watch what Big A does. You can't sit here and watch what Dre does and get it. You got to build the process. You got to go through the whole thing, the manual for yourself, and understand why what you're doing is working and why what you're doing may not work for you.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's why this episode is so important. And I wanted to share that whole long 10-minute story was for this. Nothing I say on here is going to benefit you if you don't already have a direction in mind. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share with you what I'm doing so that you might be able to add it to your toolbox. But you got to go through the manual for yourself to understand if what I'm even doing is correct or not. You know what I'm saying? So today we're going to break down this ADBA show standards, confirmation standards. We're going to break down the points because it was asked for us to do that. And we're going to do that. But over to you, Big A, because I was cooking, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. Yeah, man. The process, man. That's the work, you know. Everybody sees the end result, or like you say, want to mimic somebody who they believe to be doing the right thing, man. But without the proper due diligence and research, you would never know that you may be going in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, just because everybody running in one direction, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that you got to run in that same direction. The pull will be pulling you in that direction, and naturally you would want to go in that direction. but you gotta look at where you going. You know, you gotta see where you going. You can't just blindly be running into things or running away or running to things, you know, blindly. You gotta have some type of vision, man. You gotta see where you're going, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That thank you, Big A, man. Like the and I don't think, man, a lot of guys won't realize this, man. The Big A been telling me, Tony been telling me, man, we need drill instructor Dre, and y'all do. You don't need me to yell at you and stuff. You didn't sign up to be yelled at, but you signed up to get the real corrections, man. Like some of this stuff, man, I've been mentioning words a little bit to spare feelings because niggas get sensitive about these dogs, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay. There's standards and then there's opinions, right? And so this episode is very important to those who actually care about a standard and maintaining that standard, bro. What it is, man, I said this last year, I said the year before that, man, a lot of us is bad Christians. You know what I'm saying? We quote the Bible verses that benefit us in the moment, but we're not looking at the whole scripture. You know what I'm saying? The Honorable Minister Farrakhan has said, he said, he's reading scripture about the eating of swine, right? And he was talking about how some Orthodox Christian pastors were bashing him about the Deuteronomy chapter about not eating swine. But in it, he was like, man, don't follow that. That's the Old Testament. But in the same chapter, 3 verses down, it talks about the paying of tithes and offerings. They honor that portion of the same scripture, right? So when I bring to y'all this Breed Standard today, don't be a bad Christian. I'm going to read to you the Breed Standard. You can't pick and choose what part of the standard you like and what part you don't like as far as competing in somebody else's show. Now, for your yard or your direction, your kennel, you do whatever you want to. It's on you. But ain't nobody here to mince words with you about stuff that's already written down because you didn't do the due diligence of reading it. All right? I love this topic. It is very important to me. It is essential for a healthy working dog, whether it be conformation or in the woods, to understand whatever that standard may be. If you're a hunter and you don't follow the conservation standard because something works better for you, then that's a portion of the story. That's what those guys didn't see when I was telling you about that fire alarm story. That morning I was in a tight pinch. That wasn't the way. That was a way to get by for that day, but that's not the way I do it. I mentioned the Tums yesterday, that was Tuesday. I mentioned the Tums. That is not the way that I treat my dogs for calcium. But in a pinch, if that's all you got, in the medicine box that day, that is a way. And don't ever get it confused, a way with the way. You know what I'm saying? The way is I vaccinate my dogs on the 1st and 3rd of every month. I give them Nemex 2. That is the way I do my stuff in my yard. You know what I'm saying? Nemex 2, I might give a little bit of ivermectin. And you know what I'm saying? If it's time for the annuals, I'll make sure to get the rabies shots in a 7-way at minimum. That's the way. That's gonna happen on my premises, right? You might do it differently. That's your the way. Your the way don't dictate how my yard go. Mine don't dictate how your yard goes. But speaking of dictating, man, let me give a shout out to Big C, man. The dog on the screen is Big C's Cayenne. She is the pup of the week, man. 2-time pup of the week back to back. Good looking animal, man. Fine, fantastic animal, bro. Gotta give a shout out to these dogs, man. The next dog you're gonna see is an adult. Let me take the comments on screen so y'all can see the dog. This is Young Fam's Golden Boy Prime. Golden Boy Prime is a fantastic animal, bro. Like literally a fantastic animal. Yeah, man. Like we're gonna go over the standard, man. And this dog checks a lot of boxes. This dog checks a lot of boxes, man. For the standard. Then you have Pitwise's Orin Ishii. Fantastic animal, great puppy, and this is the dog of the month for the month of October. We haven't elected a dog of the month for the month of November because we're still in November. You got to finish the whole month before we do the dog show for that month or give you the dog of the month, all that good stuff. And for the dog of the quarter, last quarter, which would have been June, July, August. Actually, no, I'll tell you a lie. It would have been let's see. We got December, November, October. So it's been September, August, July. Yeah, those 3 months was a cash dog. Big C's cash dog.
Salute
to work. Y'all brothers and sisters are in here. Let me give y'all a quick shout out this morning because we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook today, y'all. The great brother Little J is in the building. Salute Little J.
Hey.
The legendary Schoolcraft Kennels K9 Supplies in the building.
Hey, what's happening?
Heart and Finish, day one loyals. Heart and Finish in the building. Salute Big Dog.
Salute.
Freeport Mike in the building. What it do, Big Dog?
Hey, what's happening?
Yes, sir. Man, special shout out to the Cap Bros, man. If y'all missed the Wednesday night cap, check them out, man. It's only 2 hours, man. If you can't take 2 hours out of your day, man, like today when I be doing my workout, I listen to Minute Work and then I check out brothers like that, and it helps me get through my workout. Man, just listen to what you want to listen to, man. I just tell you what I listen to. That's it. I ain't gonna, man. King T in the building. Look at it. Spoken word. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Cat Bros, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just throw them on when I'm walking the dogs, when I'm, you know what I'm saying, got the dogs on slap mill, you know. Just good. Just it made me feel like I used to when I was younger, and I was around people, the Bulldogs for real, all the time, just listening to them, sit on the porch, listening to them tell their stories, you know. They get the cracking jokes and everything, man. That's the same environment. It's just digital.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank the Cat Bros for what they do for the community, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just being yourself, true to self, man, and we appreciate you for it.
Yes, sir.
Quick in the building. What's good, Big Dog?
What's happening?
But yeah, Big A, did you have anything you want to add before we get into this thing? Bushido code, anything like that?
Yeah, it's justice, righteousness. Justice means doing right by the breed, judging and presenting with honesty and integrity. Every point matters when honor is on the line. If you don't know what's being judged, you're playing the game you can't win. Yes, sir.
Vendetta, salute. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this on the screen and share it with y'all. I'm gonna put something on the screen and share it with y'all. It's not that. I'm gonna read the standard. The standard is the ADBA standard. I'm reading straight from the ADBA website. I'll copy that and put it in the chat for y'all. Stand by.
Yeah.
Stand by. Yeah, let me get this right, man. Let me get it right and not be right. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to follow along, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it in there for you to be able to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Cite your sources, check your sources, reference your sources. And then one of y'all brothers from back in the day, man, that understand the George Armitage's rules for governing the matching of animals, or even the Cajun rules, man. I would love for one of y'all to come on here and break it down. I can't break that down for you. I don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that. But I'm gonna give you something from the standard, and also on the screen I got for y'all just a little infographic I put for things that some people may not understand. The words appear next to the body part that I'm identifying to help out. It's just very, very basic graphic to help out with the terms we talk about today, man. Some questions have been asked before in the past in our chat, so I wanted to make sure that y'all had the ability to see that. All right. Now, with all that being said, here we go. 1, the introduction. A, to truly understand the breed standard, one must know the history behind the breed's existence. Okay, right there, I'm gonna stop. Each one of these lines that I get to that I need to say something on, I'm gonna say something. I think the biggest problem with the breed standard and the breed existence is this. We don't know the origins of the breed. Nobody agrees upon that. We don't agree upon the bloodline. We don't even agree upon what they're supposed to do. So with that being said, you would have to go to the ADBA's classifieds and the ADBA library and read what they say the breed history is to be in their show. To be effective in their show, you need to go to their library, which is at the top of the same page that I just sent you the link to, an ADBA library, and look at what they say the breed's history is and the existence behind the breed. Purpose. B, the purpose of a judge is an unbiased selection of quality breeding stock with true breed type. Once again, this is why I think that having a specific phenotype on the yard for show dogs, a specific phenotype for show dogs is extremely important, because right now, if I take a Mayday, if I take Grand Champion Mayday, right, and put him next to Jeep, and put Jeep next to Chinaman, and put Chinaman next to Macho Buck, None of those dogs look alike. None of those dogs look alike. And somebody who doesn't know the history behind the breed would not even understand how they're the same breed. Period. So when we say true breed type, what does that mean? You got to ask those questions before you step in that show ring. What does that breed type mean to you? And what's winning? Also, they have what's called a ADBA Gazette, I think it's called. That's a magazine. They show the champion of the week every week. If you go in there and look at them dogs, phenotypically, they are very similar, regardless of their coat color. They are very similar looking dogs. So when you're talking about stepping into the show ring, man, if you're not doing this, what I'm doing with you right now is what I always do before I step into the show ring. Okay. And then C, the responsibility of judging is to put up the dogs that conform most to the conformation standard, leaving personal bias aside. So I know we joke about, certain people liking black dogs, I like buckskin dogs, but at the end of the day, the dog that meets the standards that we're going to read today should win. Mind you, you cannot over-exaggerate any one of these areas of judging. Just because you're good at one doesn't mean your dog meets the other four.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to check all the boxes. You got to get all the points. That's the only way you remove all doubt. And if you leave room for interpretation, therein lies the loss. And it should always be turned inward to what could I have done better, not what politics is at stake, whatever. Because at the end of the day, you still got to be an eligible candidate to even be involved in the politics.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you got anything you want to say before I start going into the overall appearance?
Nah, man. Nah, nothing. Nothing that ain't gonna start some stuff, man.
I don't care about starting no stuff, and the reason why I say that is this, man. Is I'm not here to spare feelings today. Like when it comes to episodes like this right here, man, I've talked nice, and I've covered this 3 or 4 times in the past. I've talked nice before, and like literally, one thing I realized as a drill instructor is sometimes you can't talk nice to people.
Yeah.
You can talk nice to a person that understands your person is one-on-one. They typically willing to hear you, but when you put a person in a group, the same person that might cur out one-on-one when their pride is on the line, when their intelligence is being tested, when they fortitude is being checked publicly, they might respond completely differently. You know what I'm saying? And we always screaming, you got a problem, so I give them a phone call. That's true if you respect them enough to have that conversation, right?
Yeah.
But for this conversation right here, I don't care how you feel because it's written. It's a standard. Don't argue with me. Argue with the standard. So whatever you got to say, bro, like say it, man. This is not gonna fix the problem with people not understanding confirmation standards. But I mentioned your words, bro. But if you wanna maintain your peace, I understand that too. Because sometimes it ain't worth it.
Yeah, man. It's a whole bunch of wussies out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of wussies, man. Sore losers. You know what I'm saying? I've never well, I have. I'm lying. But I just don't like sore losers, man. Always complaining, whining, and doing the back and forth about how unfair things are, how poor me, how, you know what I'm saying, I should have, this and this and this and that, man. I mean, that stuff to me, man, it just that's for the wussies, dog. Like, man, you lose with, winners don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose, you know what I'm saying? But winners, whenever they lose, real true winners, champions, they lose with dignity. You know what I'm saying? They lick their wounds, they figure out if it's for them or not, and they keep going. They don't sit up there and stop and whine and complain, and the judges did this and such and so on and so forth. Man, if you don't get off of that pity party BS, either you going or you not. You with it or you not. If you with it, then get with the program. If you're not, then move around and do what you always been doing. I don't want to sit up here and listen to you bitch and complain all the damn time about how things ain't going your way and how nobody did, you know what I'm saying, listening to, you know what I'm saying, ain't seeing it how you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then go do your own thing. Set up your own world and set up your own, challenges and tournaments, whatever the case may be, and you do it your way. But if you don't come into the circle where the rules and everything's already set up this way, whether it's fair or not, get with the program and shut up. Other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, well stated. Well stated. So my brother said what he had to say, and we're gonna move on with the show, man. So first, overall appearance. This equates to 20 points. 20 points. Big. Do you have that little like that little notepad thing, whatever? Because I got the screen on the what you call it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You need me to take some notes?
Just you get 20 points for your overall appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that down because it equates to 100 points total that we're gonna go over today.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a checklist that I use, man. But you know what? I thought about giving a checklist to people, but like, nah, like come up with your own checklist. But I'll give you where I got the checklist from, straight from the book. Mm-hmm. Overall appearance, 20 points. Conforming to the breed type. The first thing that needs to happen is the dog should look like an American Pit Bull Terrier from across the ring. The first thing. All right, man. There's five topics under this one. So out of the 20 points, you get 4 points for each one of these things that I'm about to mention. So you get 4 points just for looking at the dog and saying, okay, from a distance. And I give you the example. If I drive past the yard and that dog was tied out on a leash or a chain or whatever, and I drive past at a glance, in low light, early morning, whatever, I should know that, okay, that's probably a pit or a pit bull type dog at a glance. All right. So if people, I'll give you a good example to know when you don't meet that standard. If people got to ask you what kind of dog is that, you're probably not there yet with your program, bro.
Yeah.
If they got to ask you, hey man, is that they might say you look kind of skinny. That's because they don't understand condition or shape of a dog. But if they got to ask you, what kind of dog is that? You're not there yet, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, once again, man, like I don't have to keep giving this disclaimer, but I put it in the beginning of the show. My words are my thoughts, and your words are your words, your thoughts are your thoughts. You don't got to agree with me. I'm just telling you how I see it. 2, it should be sturdy, 3-dimensional, giving the impression of strength, not slight or frail. Okay, this is where we get into the idea of over conditioner or bringing a dog in stale. It's in the standard, bro. You can come in too skinny.
Mm-hmm.
You can come in emaciated. You can come in too not skinny enough. You can come in fat. Strength, not slight or frail. So we talking about muscles. It should appear square with heavy bone, a solid front end with a light and springy back end. So if your front assembly is small, I give you an example. You ever seen one of them guys? He's a runner. His legs are big, but his upper body is trim. Don't you would if you saw a top profile from the waist up, you would think this dude's not even an athlete. If you got that, you know what you need to work on. Work on them shoulders. There's exercises for that. The first time I lost best condition, I lost, and the judge said literally my back end was too small. So what I did, I came on the internet and I asked y'all brothers and sisters for advice on how to work the back end. And I got a consistent answer from all over the country. You can get that bungee cord, you get a harness, and you can have them pulling from that back end. You can do more carpet mill work. They gave me the answers. The answers was right there. You can fix it. You can fix that. It should look athletic, not bulky. The musculature should be smooth but defined. Okay? So when I talk about them smooth dogs, and I showed you an example of a smooth dog last week, you know what I'm saying? I think it was last Thursday, matter of fact. Smooth is okay, but there should still be some defined muscle there. There should still be some kind of sculpting there. Yeah. All right? Now, to what degree? Does not say. That's the interpretation of the judge. That's where the judge does come in. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the fifth thing out of the 20 points. Presentation of an adult dog should be of a lean, exercised animal. Let me say that again. Should be of a lean, exercised animal. Which means that if you come in there OTC and you lose, boom, that's 4 points that you guarantee loss right there. Yeah. If you come in OTC, 4 points automatically gone. It doesn't say condition, it says exercise. That could be daily hand walking, whatever it is to make your dog look exercised. Showing a hint of rib and backbone. Now, this is the part that people mess up. They go, okay, ribs and backbone is fine without hip bone showing. The hips of the dog should still have muscle. That's how you know if you're muscular or you're skinny. Them hip bones is a guaranteed telltale sign. When I start seeing little triangles over their hips, that's the dog that is underweight. That dog is not conditioned, and you can feel it by touch. I also looked up some information on the judge. Judges should be touching the dogs in the show to verify these things if they're unsure. For example, the only way to verify his hip bone, if it's muscle or not muscle, ain't just the little triangular shape of the hip bone or the rounded shape of a muscle over the hip bone, but you can also touch it. If it feels hard and bony, it's a bone. If it feels muscular, stiff, but still gives like muscle, then it's muscle. Should have a clean, glossy coat with short, trimmed nails. So for those of y'all who have dogs that stay on dirt or grass and their nails aren't naturally trimmed by the concrete and walking, you got to do some animal upkeep before you take them to the show. Presentation of the dogs in the puppy class should be of a well-nourished puppy, showing no ribs, backbones, or hips. So I heard a brother that came on my show. He said the judges told him that the puppy was unconditioned, right? Mm-hmm. Well, right here in the ADBA, if you're losing, then this is something I would bring up, and I would petition it because it's in the standard for what they're telling you need to be showing. So if you show up with a puppy that is fat and healthy, and you lose to a puppy that's conditioned, boom, there you go. There you go. What is going on? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying that you should just win just because you found a flaw in the judge's judging quality, because he's still a judge. But what I'm telling you is this is something I would bring up to that judge so that in the future, it ain't just about you. It's about the community. It's about the culture. Maybe you do lose that day, but you win for the community that day by calling that judge out. You ain't got to call him out publicly. You just, hey, man, like, my understanding was that the puppy that beat me had these things, man. Can you help me understand better how to get my puppy right with standing within the standard? That's a humble question to ask. Both people can keep their dignity. Mind you, if you want to fly off the handle, fly off the handle. Get banned from the shows. Do you boo boo? Mm-hmm. But that's the question. That's the question I would ask. Hey, like real talk, like this, like what you said beat me. Don't even meet the standard that you're talking about. How did that happen? All right. Next, we got balance. Balance and angulation of the front and rear assembly is judged best at a trot. All right. The dog's legs shouldn't be crossing over at a trot. It should be front left with back right. Front right with back left. Those legs should be moving in symmetry, like, you know what I'm saying, like a kitty corner, but at a trot. When the dog is at a full out run, it runs just like a horse. Front legs come back legs go forward. They spring open, fully extended, and then repeat the process. So if you're showing your dog, you don't know how to walk it at a trot. When it's walking, it can be all over the place. So you want to be at a trot, just like what I told you. Front left or front right, whichever one it starts with, opposite back leg. They should be moving kitty corner to each other. That's how you judge the trot. Checking the gait. It also checks that top line during the movement as well. Sometimes the dog can have a good top line when it's stationary, but you can't see that, or the flaws in the top line, or the flaws in the dog being too long while it's standing still. The height to weight ratio, the tallest dog at a given weight. All right? So that just means that whatever height you are, the weight should be commensurate with that height. It doesn't matter if you're 36 inches, say 36 inches or 22 inches, don't matter. What dog has the best height to weight ratio? The head size in proportion to the body, with the neck long enough to have 2/3 of the head appear above the top line and the back when the head is in normal upright position. Okay, so check this out. Head size, what people talk about all the time, it don't matter, man, it's cool. It does matter in the show ring, bro. Like when I'm talking, don't ever get it confused with the work and ability of your animal. I'm not telling you what your animal can't do. I'm telling you what you don't have for the show ring. That's what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? People want to cloak the lack of conversational soundness with work, and they're two different things. That's why the ADBA top dog competition ain't got nothing to do with your conversation, and why dogs that would never win in the conversation ring can be top dogs and aces in weight pull, wall climb, and lure racing. Understand the standard and apply yourself to whatever it is you're trying to do. if your dogs don't meet the conservation standard, then either buy dogs or breed to dogs that do, and move in that direction. And if you really want to keep the work, find dogs that meet the conservation standard that can also do the work. There's plenty of them out. It's too many of them out here to not be able to do that.
Yeah.
But once again, if you're just chasing pedigrees, you may or may not ever get there. You may or may not ever get there. That's not for me to decide. I don't know everything. Anyway, Vicky, you got anything before I move on?
No, sir.
Presentation. The dog is socialized, showing interest on things around him. Although some degree of animal aggressiveness is characteristic of the breed, unruly behavior will detract from the judge's ability to accurately judge the individual dog's conformation. I've already hit that one. I beat that one with like people. We're going to agree to disagree. That is, you get literally 4 points toward your dog's conformational soundness from presentation. 4 points. 4 points, bro. So if the dog ain't firing off, and that's, so some of y'all, that's very, very important. It could be a difference maker. If y'all both got 96 points and your dog's firing off more than the other dog, yes, it is a difference maker. But it does not set the standard by any means. It literally is 4% of the overall 100 points you can get for the dog show. Okay? Now, if you hold it in high regard, keep breeding that, because if you love it, love it. There's nothing wrong with that. But bro, I'm telling you, it literally in the eyes of the conservation standard, it's next to nothing, bro. Health. The vitality of a dog's spirit, the gloss of the dog's coat, and the sharpness of the dog's eye will exude the healthfulness of the individual animal. Colors or color patterns known to be genetically linked to health problems will be considered serious faults. Major faults: Merrill color pattern, albinism, white dog with blue or pink eyes, pink lips, nose, lip, no pigment present on the pads, rims of eyes. Okay, all right, y'all. So all of that together equates to just 20 points. Just 20 points. Cool, cool. Big A, anything?
No, sir.
Any questions from the chat? Because I cannot see the chat right now.
Let me double check. Nah, I haven't seen any questions yet. Yeah. Nope.
That cinnamon got me, bro. That green tea. I think it makes it up and up. I was hot.
Yeah.
So the next section, attitude. There's only 3 things under attitude, and these matter. 10 points. The dog should be confident and alert. Martinez left a comment yesterday. I thought this was a good example of alertness. Okay, confident alert is exactly what this is to me. Martinez said when he walking at night, he was helping me out with my night walks, whatever. He said he'll take rocks and put them in his pocket, and every now and then he'll throw a rock out into the bushes and see how the dog responds. You know what I'm saying? Confident alert is the dog turns in that direction, ears go up, maybe the tail goes up, he might even bark. That's confident alert. That's all it needs to show me is that, okay, whatever is the nearest threat or whatever it is I'm looking at, I'm not afraid of it. I'm kind of curious of it. Nose kind of tipped out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about when the dog leaning forward. He got or he hears something, he kind of tense up a little bit. Confident alert. Not scared. He ain't jumping back. He ain't running away. You know what I'm saying? Some of them may even drop their tail, like, because they don't know. But like, I've seen dogs that drop their tail, and then once they see whatever it is, then the tail fly up and they snap after the fact. But you know what I'm saying? You only got 3 topics in here, so that's 3.3 points. 3.3 points, just be confident and alert. B, interested in things around them, in control of their space, not threatened by anything in their surroundings. This is one right here that is left interpretation. I've seen brothers that argue that the dog should be lunging forward to show their confidence, but I also know dogs that will fence fight, and if you open the fence, they won't do anything. So all that barking, it just depends on what you've seen, you know. So you can always ask your judges before, like, how they interpret it. That's a very interpretive question right there. And then gentle with loved ones, major fault, shy or timid. All right, so this is one of the ones where, okay, I'll give you an example. A lot of judges do want to touch your dog. if the judge is asking you, is it okay to touch your dog? Sometimes they do that with everybody. That's fine. That's just good. That's just good practice. But if your dog looks like the tail wagging, you know what I'm saying, looks inviting, you ain't got to worry about this one right here. There's easy 3.3 points just by socializing your dog. Easy. And then obviously, shy or timid, the dog is backing away from the judge, ears tucked back, tail tucked, touching the belly, maybe even lays down, cowers down, rolls over on his back and pees. Bro, you're losing those 3.3 points. But it's only 3.3 points. Like all of these things that we be like blowing up and like calling each other out about, bro, it's 3.3 points out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we be wanting to over exaggerate the things that in grand scheme of things they have a very, very small room. These are things that matter so small that you pretty much got to be evenly yoked, and you got to just be better at one of these things than the other person. But you got to get there first. And this is 30 points for the back end, right? 30 points for the back end. The loin should be broad and long enough to square the dog. Too short can interfere with the dog's flexibility. Too long causes the dog to carry excessive weight and affects the dog's ability and quickness. You know how many grand champion and champion dogs have that are too long, but they're great working dogs?
Yeah.
Red Boy has a dip in his back because his body was too long.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up these pictures and show you what I'm talking about. It'll help you understand what I mean by the body being too long. And yeah, man, it's because like I can tell you, but it's easier to show you what a too long dog looks like.
Yeah. Remember when you was looking through that Richard Stratton book when you came down?
Yeah.
None of those grand champions meet the standard. None of the
the show standard. The show standard.
Yeah, the show standard. I meant the show standard. Yeah, as far as in the show ring. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't pull it up, but it's a picture of Red Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Red Boy got thick bone structure, but his front legs are up on something, and his back legs are on a lower thing, man. It's on a pedigree database. And let me see if I click the link and just give you the link, because it's a small picture. It ain't big enough for me to really. It ain't big enough for me to put it on the screen. It wouldn't do any good on the phone. Now, mind you, Red Boy probably everybody pedigree that's not intentionally avoiding Red Boy, but we love him. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, let me couple that with, I don't see a lot of pure Red Boy dogs that would win a confirmation show, but they're great dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to bash your dog. I'm here to tell you, like, look, bro, like, good dogs where you find them, and also like there's a standard to the show.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, I posted that picture of Red Boy in the chat, man. Take it, do what you want to with it. But what I can see, even with his feet up, leveling his back, if his front feet were not on that rock or whatever it is in that picture, he would have a major dip in his back, just like a bully.
Yeah.
Did it stop him from scratching? No. But you're not here to talk about which dog was scratching the best. You're talking about which dog meets the competition standard that Greenwood set forth for their show.
Mm-hmm.
Hips. Now, mind you, under here, let me see. You got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so for 30 points, you get 10 points for the dog's back end and the loin, right?
Yeah.
Then you get 10 points for the hips. They should be long, sloping with adequate width. This can be judged by the set of the tail, which should be low. Okay, so I see this a lot with dogs. A lot of dogs carry their tails high. And I'm not talking about carrying them high all the time. I'm talking about it's naturally set, where the dog's tail sits above the top line. And if you want to see the top line on the picture, on the graphic I got showing you, is the top line. A lot of y'all's dogs' tails are sitting really high on their body, on their spine. It's carried high, like a, you know what I'm saying? And that's not beneficial to the rear assembly, based on what the standard is saying. The ideal slope should be at 30 degrees to the ground. Proportions of the back leg. The femur should be of length so that the stifle joint is proportioned in the upper third of the rear assembly. The tibia and fibula is the longer bone of the rear assembly. All right. So those are the lower portions of the dog's leg. All right. Proportionality, 1/3 to 2/3 is telling you right here. So if you really want to just notice your dog is perfectly conversationally sound, measure from the hip to where basically the leg bends at the hocks, and that should be 1/3, and then the other 2/3 should be the bottom 2/3 of the leg. That's what it says in the standard. The length of the metatarsal is moderate, with muscles that attach equally on the side of the bone so that the hocks move parallel to each other, deviating neither in nor out. So if you're looking down on your dog from above, right? The dog's legs should move straight forward, straight back. If it bows out, and a lot of dogs do this, if it bows out to the side while your dog is walking or running, then obviously it's probably some light hip dysplasia, okay? But it's telling you right now, they should be moving parallel to each other, side by side, not going in or out when the dog is walking. Straight forward, straight back. How many of y'all are actually looking for this in your dog when you step in the show ring? The metatarsals, hock, and lower portion of the tibia will be light, fine, and springy. The rear angulation, the ratio between the legs and the bones of the muscles which attach on these bones, cause a bent stifle, which leads to a bent hock and contributes to natural springiness. So there are dogs that have really, really straight back legs. That is a flaw. And it's a 10 points flaw as well. The muscle attachment is long and deep enough, well past the joint, ideal for leverage power, which causes the muscles to appear smooth but defined, not bunchy. False. Short or flat hips. No musculature there. A straight stifle, straight legs, no 90-degree bends. Double jointed or slipped hock, cow hock, or bunchy muscles. Now mind you, that is 30 points for those three things. For the hips, the loin, and the proportions of the back leg.
Mm-hmm.
That matters. Your back end matters. The front is 20 points. The rib cage should be deep and elliptical with a prominent breastbone or prosternum. From the side, the bottom of the rib cage should be at least even with the elbow joints. Let me say this again. A lot of y'all dogs got shallow chest. I see it all the time. And if I call you out on it, it's gonna seem like I'm picking on you. But it's right here in the your dog's rib cage should be at least even with the elbow joint. The front leg is clear to see. This is one of the easiest things for me to spot on a dog. And this is 10 points out of, let me see how many. You got rib cage, shoulders, feet. So no, it's a 3.3 point. No, it would be a third of 20, whatever third of 20 is. I'm about to do a public math. I think it's like six and a third, or 6 and 2/3. But anyways, yes, this is 6 points for your rib cage. Simply touching the elbow is 6 points. Well sprung, tapering to the top and bottom, extending back into the loin. So short ribs. If your dog's rib cage is super short and your tuck is super long, that's also a flaw. Shoulders, they should be wider than the rib cage. Some of y'all dogs have really, really not muscularly defined shoulders. They should be wider than the rib cage at the 8th rib. Well laid back at a 45-degree angle or less angle to the ground, and broad and flat, allowing for adequate muscular attachment for a heavy, sturdy front end. The humerus is angled at an opposite 45-degree angle that is long enough for the elbow to come to the bottom of the rib cage. Elbows lying flat against the body. So if your dog's elbows are not touching the body when it's standing at the perfect H frame, the elbows are out. It's out of the elbows. They can also be tucked in. It can be overdone, or the dog can be barrel chested, which also will cause the appearance of the dog not having an H frame. These are all things that can be seen clearly from the front in the H frame. This is why we like from the digital dog show, you got to show the dog with a front angle so we can see that. Now, when y'all are judging this, a lot of y'all are just picking off popularity contests, and shame on you. But you pick what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Forearms are slightly larger than the humerus and solid. Thick, twice the thickness of the metatarsal at the hop. Feet, small and tight, set high on the pasterns. Pads should be thick and well built. A lot of y'all dogs have splayed feet, not because they are splayed, but because the pads are blown out. From poor workout regimens and poor recovery. Dew claws are natural on the front feet and do not naturally occur on the back legs. False, barrel chest, narrow chest, fine bones, out of the elbows, down in the pasterns, splaying feet, thin pads, and back dew claws. You will lose 10 points for any of those right there. So if you win it with those, good on you. That means the dog is perfect in every other way, probably. The head and neck, 15 points. Let me see how many topics there is on here too, because we got like 10 minutes left. Neck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just the neck. All right, for this one, you get 15 points for just the head and neck. A heavily muscled neck to the base of the skull, long in length. Head should be just balanced in size in relation to the rest of the body, 2/3 the width of the shoulders. So having a good size head on your dog doesn't matter. If you got a narrow-headed dog, it can affect you in the show ring. To be wedge-shaped when viewed from the top side, round when viewed from the front. The cheeks should be 25% wider than the neck at the base of the skull. The length of the nose to the stop should be equal to the length from the stop to the back of the head. So basically, from the tip of the nose to where the eye, to where the head, where it kind of changes to the brow of the dog. The stop is defined as from the tip of the stop to the brow. That should be the same length as from the eyebrows to the back of the head. That's squared off. It's balanced. The bridge of the muzzle is well developed. The field under the eye should be wider than the head at the base of the ears and for structural support of the upper canines. So if you're having issues with your dog's scissor bite not being there, you can look at this and see what kind of, if your dog is lacking from the bridge of the muzzle being well developed. The head should be deep from the top of the head to the bottom of the jaw. It should be a straight box-like muzzle. I see a lot of like triangular, like Simpson shaped dog, Simpson head shaped dog. Lips should be tight. They shouldn't be droopy. We shouldn't be looking at molossers. We should have tight incisors that meet in the front and a scissor bite. The canines should be wide at the base and taper to the end. Top canines fitting tightly together behind the bottom canines. They should be sound and healthy with none missing. So for those of y'all with dogs with missing teeth, it is judged when you show your dog's teeth. Take care of your dog's teeth. Brush their teeth. Don't have them tugging on stuff before their teeth set in their head. The eyes should be small and deep set, elliptical when viewed from the front, triangular when viewed from the side. The ears, no preference should be given to cropped or uncropped ears, except to enhance the overall attractiveness of the individual dog. False, short neck, chunky, underdeveloped muzzle, lippy, missing canines, overshot or undershot to the extent that the canines do not fit tightly together. So for those of y'all that have slight underbites or slight overbites, if them canines are fitting tightly together, that might not hurt you as bad as you think. And I'm just reading this straight. This is number 12 on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Tail and coat. Tail and coat. This is only 5 points, but it matters. The coat. The skin should be thick and loose around the neck and chest. Tight fitting elsewhere. So let me explain something to y'all, because I used to worry about this with my dog too. Like, I'm like, man, why can't I tighten the neck up a little bit? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's okay for the skin to be loose on the neck on a conditioned dog. Tight fitting elsewhere, showing vertical folds around the neck and chest, even in a well exercised animal.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that until I went to South Bottom. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to South Bottom. Short and bristled. The gloss showing overall health of an animal. Color or any combination of colors except for color patterns known to be genetically linked to health problems fine. The tail, it should be thick at the base, tapering to a point. Its length should have the tail extending to the point of the hop. Literally, that's something that either your dog is going to have or not have. So it's a go or no go. Is your dog's tail, when hanging down, stop at the hop? And that's why those dogs I was telling you where their tails are set high on their top line, it's typically going to be too short. And some dogs, like, it's just in their line to have long tails that almost touch the ground. But that's a flaw. It's only a 5-point flaw though. Like, it's not, that shouldn't be a make or break. Like, that shouldn't stop you from showing your dog. And it should hang down like a pump handle when relaxed. Not tucked, not curled. Straight down to the ground like a pump handle. That is a perfect tail. Most dogs don't have that. That is a very common flaw for most dogs to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something you gotta fret about. And but yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute, Vendetta. Yeah, man. I'm back, man. Bless you, bro.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, man. So that is the ADBA breed standard, man, as interpreted by Dre. You know what I'm saying? You can read it for yourself. I can be dead wrong, but I'm telling you right now, I be winning. The way I interpret it helps me win. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I mean? Like that's my credibility to speak on it. Is I read it, I took a dog that I thought matched it, and it worked out for me. You know what I'm saying? It worked out for me. So yeah. Thank you, King T. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Every working dog is not a show dog, and every show dog is not a working dog. But there are combinations in both in one dog. Yes, sir. That's it. Bro, that literally summarizes the whole topic of today's show, bro. The entire topic is covered in one statement. And the thing is, man, like, bro, if you want working dogs, man, go where the working dogs is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, go where the working dogs is at. If you want show dogs, go where the show dogs at. If you want both, like King G said, make them.
Yep.
If you want both, make them.
For real.
But yeah, man, Big A, Brian, I was going today, man. Like, you got anything you want to add, man?
Nah. Yeah, man.
But shout out to the brother that asked that question last week, man. For stuff like, okay, you will never see me really get like live or talk like crazy about stuff that I'm not aware of, man. But when I've done the research and due diligence, man, you hear me talking with a little bit more oomph behind it, man. If I sound unconfident, it's because I don't have enough knowledge on the subject that I'm talking about. But this is something I believe in, man, and I understand what I got into. The ADBA didn't join me. I joined the ADBA. If that makes sense. So for all of y'all brothers and sisters out there, man, are you trying to be an asset or a liability to whatever it is you're being a part of? You know, any group, club, organization I join, man, I want to be an asset. You know what I'm saying? I want that club to be proud to have me, or I want that group to be proud to have me. And if I can't be that, then I don't need to be a part of it, man. I'm not there for the benefits of. I'm not there to just reap benefits. I'm not there as a parasitic person. Some people are there to be parasites. If I can't do nothing but use my social media to help out those that don't have as big a social media reach as me, then you know what? Let me be an asset in that, man. Let me give you some promotion and stuff, man. You know, that's the least I can do because I'm not rich. You know, but I'm rich. I'm rich in morals. I'm rich in social intelligence. I'm rich in emotional intelligence, and I can share those things willingly with my community. Hemi said, poor bone angulation and a long back can give a dog a high rear end with a sway back. It definitely can, but I've also seen those dogs murder people on the wall climb and on the slap mill, and that's what I'm getting at, man. Like, bro. So we're gonna cover slap mill, or we're gonna cover slap mill races one week. We're gonna cover wall climb. We'll cover those things as well, because a lot of people are like literally just putting their dogs, like we talked about last week, putting their dogs in the wrong thing for them to excel at. You probably got a champion on your yard right now at one of these things. I'm not saying in a historical sense, but like, you know, they call them aces in the ADBA. You probably got an ace on your yard right now because you're worried about the show ring and a select group of dogs that just perfectly match what the Greenwoods think a perfect dog is. You limiting your dog to just the show ring, but your dog might be the fastest dog on a mill in your state, and you don't know it because you're worried about winning a beauty contest.
Yeah.
Yes, I love confirmation, but it's just a beauty. All it is a dog beauty contest. It's Miss America for dogs. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes, it takes luck and genetic excellence to win a beauty contest, but it takes grind, determination, and genetics to win any kind of performance event. You got to decide which lane you're gonna be in, and if you're gonna be in both, you need to understand both lanes. That's it. Point blank. Period. Big A, anything else? I'm sorry, bro. I'm
You
passionate
good.
about this. I can go on all day about this. Like, this is one of the things I can go for 3-4 hours and really dig into it. But we at the hour mark, bro.
Yeah, no, we good, man.
So yeah, man. Next week, man, slap mill racing. Next week, slap mill racing Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know, man. We're gonna come here. We talk about the slap mill. Talk about things I've noticed on dogs on the slap mill. Show you some slap mill videos, and we can break that down too. You know what I'm saying? And let me also say this, man. I don't know every dog and every genetic structure, every setup. So like the things I'm saying, your dog might not meet none of the criteria I'm talking about. It might be better at everything I'm talking about than any of the dogs I'm mentioning right now, right? It's like, don't ever let my opinion affect your decision to go into the show ring if you know something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can only share with you the experiences I had, and I'm leaving it at that. Big A, you ready for the benediction?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, you already stopped. Oh, thank you. All right.
Yes,
For those of
sir.
y'all that pray, please stay. If not, you're more than welcome to leave, bro. Ain't no smoke. Make sure y'all hit that like button, though. We appreciate them like buttons, and share this video if it was beneficial to you, or if it be beneficial to somebody who's thinking about getting into the show. Share this video with them. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen.
Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.